Hi, this is Thomas from MarsMoonSpace.com. Today's topic is Chang'e 2 map versus Clementine map. And I have my good friend Brett Culling Shepard with me again today because Brett wrote an article that I would like to talk to him about. And Brett, can you please tell us a little bit about your article and what you wrote?
Yes. There was a lot of espionage in NASA. I guess there were big problems with NASA employees that were deported back to China because they like during earlier on in history, during the Cold War and the Red Scare and all that. They had deported people that they thought were communist and so forth, and they went back to China, but they had started JPL, with everyone else. And some of these guys started the space program, or the Chinese Space Agency, the CSA, and a lot of trade secrets were even stolen back then of the earlier missions and whatnot. And recently in our history, one of the guys that worked with NASA was a Chinese guy, and he had apparently stolen a bunch of things in his laptop and launch codes and everything else, taking it back to China. And I believe one of those things that was in with the information in his laptop or hard drive or something was all the Clementine data.
So
And I believe
the raw data from the Clementine
yes, the raw data from the Clementine mission, and I believe that they digitally enhanced that data and said that it was a bigger and better map and more detail, and you remember the hype, better resolution. But resolution and all of these things can be digitally enhanced. This is not significant of a different mission or something. And when I compare the Clementine map and the new Chinese Change 2 map, they are absolutely identical the way they are laid out. At the L2 Lagrange Langmuir point, they completely cut off. The L2 point is the farthest side of the moon, where Daedalus crater is and all that. Daedalus crater is completely cut off in half, and they're cut off exactly in the same place. The Clementine map is in fact lower resolution. It appears to be anyway, but I believe that's a digital enhancement. I don't think that is really higher resolution from a different camera. It doesn't look that way to me, because the thing that gives it away the most is the lighting. It's impossible for the spaceship to be exactly at the right time and the right place to get the same lighting, which every crater in there in both maps are exactly the same in lighting and shadow.
The same position, the same
Yes.
the same light.
Yeah, that's
After what,
what gives
15,
it away.
16 years?
Yeah, that's what gives it away. And the thing is that the missions were done 12 years apart officially, which is of course that's not true, but they were done supposedly 12 years apart, and one was done in January and one was done in October. So the moon phase, as you know, is completely different. The sun is in a different position, so that would be impossible. It would have to look different. It would have to look different. I shouldn't be able to match these up identically. I did a composite overlay where I took one and I overlaid it in my digital photo program, and they match up perfectly when I changed the opacity and lined them up like, kind of like an onion skin. They line up absolutely perfectly. The shadows are exactly the same, and this is my opinion. These maps are identical.
I believe I saw those some of those pictures that you sent me here, and that is I must be honest about this. I think that you and Karen, Christine, Patrick
Yes,
just
wonderful.
busted the Chinese.
Oh, well,
I,
It's not the Chinese people. It's their space agency, and whoever digitally altered that data. It is in fact digitally altered, and I believe it is from the naval Clementine mission. You know, I don't think they're both fake. But I think that one is definitely, there's something funny about the latter one. You know, the Chinese map. So I don't know what they're doing or whatever, but it's not as though NASA isn't guilty of image tampering. You know, I have no idea what they're doing exactly. The thing is that we're not being told the truth. Our images are being sanitized. They're not being straightforward with us about what is up there, what is out in space.
No.
Not at all.
Do you think the Chinese actually had been up there, or do you think they're just saying they have been there and then stole the Clementine map and say, look what we've done? Do you think they've been up there?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, if they lied about their map, I'm not sure if they're up there or not.
Because I had another theory also that someone else suggested yesterday, and that was that they actually went up there and they did some photos, but everything they got on photos had to be blurred out, deleted, removed, and it was easier to use the Clementine map and say this is what we got, high resolution, blah blah blah, than it was to go over the whole moon, surface of the moon, and blur everything out to make their own map as they could produce and present to the public.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly what's going on. The Jade Rabbit mission, where they took the rover up there, it's the exact design that NASA used for the Apollo missions. The exact same design exactly of how they ran their mission, how they did their public announcements, how they ran all of the information and sanitized it for the public. Same exact procedure, exactly, to the T. And when they got up there, they took the pictures or whatever, and the sky is black again? Because I know now that it is not black. No. It is not completely black. You would see stars and you would see debris. You would see things in the...
We saw that from the last one you came with the altered pictures from the NASA image, yes.
Yes, we have a control image now. Yes, we know that it is not completely black in the background. No. So they might as well show us the real images.
Yes, exactly. It would be weird if there wasn't any stars seen from.
I'm an American, and I'm very proud of what our country and our government has done. But I don't think things are being shared with the public, and especially technologies. And it hurts people because a lot of people need some healthcare technology. They need a basic income guarantee instead of pouring $18 billion a year since 1966 into a space program. The first one cost $25 billion. That's I'm not kidding, yeah. So yes, that's over $4 trillion that's missing from us.
What did we get?
This is taxpayer money.
Yeah, and what did you get for it?
We got pictures that aren't real. And I'll just say that. We got pictures that are not real for all of this money that was spent. It's not right. It's not fair. The research that is being done, I'm sure benefits the elite. Does it benefit the world? No, it doesn't. It benefits.
I think I lost connection to you, Brett. Brett, we were talking about sharing technology, government not sharing healthcare technology and other stuff. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, there's been a lot of whistleblowers, that work inside the government and NASA, and they have incredible technology. Also, that they have reverse engineered from the Roswell crash and other things. The thing is they've been able to mimic some of the technology, and they've also been doing a lot of experiments with consciousness, with perception. These things are actually important tools because it is actually the navigational system of these ships to use consciousness, and they don't really understand it because it's an extraterrestrial consciousness.
Okay.
It's although we're all connected or whatever, it's some kind of telepathic thing. So they spend a lot of money doing a lot of these technologies, and also they've also gotten healthcare technologies from the extraterrestrials during the Eisenhower era, and a lot of things were learned through our space program, and through the CIA, through the space program. Through the early years of the military. It's where all these programs came from, the CIA, FBI, everything. It's from these early on contacts with the extraterrestrials.
And who's gaining benefits of that?
Yeah, some elite families are benefiting from that. From whoever knows about this is benefiting from these technologies, and I believe that the military-industrial complex wants to share these things with the world, but then they would have to say, well, we had to cover this up, and we had to cover that up, and whatever. And I think it's time. I think people are ready. I think they're ready to know. They're completely desensitized. They can pretty much handle anything, It wouldn't be a big thing in their mind, to know that the government lied. They've been preparing us for a long time by telling us lies all these years, They've been telling us little benign lies or whatever, but when they come out with the big one, I don't think people will be shocked at all.
No. Do you think people would be able to forgive the government if they told the people why they lied or why they believed they had to lie to us? Do you think the people of the world would forgive the governments around the world if they went out and told the truth until we lied because we did not believe you were ready for this? We were afraid of mass panic and demonstrations and riots and stuff like that. Do you think people could go on from that point of view?
I really don't think that would even be relevant, because the technology that they have is so powerful, it wouldn't really matter if they forgave or not, or they really don't care what we think.
No, but someone have to vote for the politicians.
Yeah, that's all just show. It's a show for the public, They've already picked their presidents. That's only a show for the public. They know exactly who they want in there, and they only put people that are on the inside that know, to be presidents and whatnot. For example, Eisenhower became president because Truman, could not trust anyone with the extraterrestrial information. Eisenhower was in charge of the whole Roswell debris crash and everything else. He was the high official on that. Yeah. So there are a lot of a lot of things that we're not being told about, or even our own history. The people in America, they don't even know their own history, let alone the world history, And the thing is that it sounds kind of nutballs or whatever, but yes, they lied about everything. Absolutely. And forgiveness isn't an issue. We just want health care. We want a basic income guarantee. We want, if they indeed want an economy to continue, that will have to happen. They will have to give everybody something, because all of the corporations in America had left. They went to China or Indonesia or wherever to do their products and everything for free labor almost. That's the thing, is that the world needs to change in a different attitude and less capitalistic.
I'm with you on that, 100%. But back to the Clementine and the Chang'e map. Do you think the Chinese will ever tell us how they really got it? We really don't need them to tell us how they really got it. Basically, we know it.
But we already know.
Do you think they will admit it somehow, partial in the future?
They may admit it in a way, just like when I was studying the Lunar Orbiter Image Recovery Project images, where they were tampering with them and making them look supposedly better for the Smithsonian Institute. They said that's why they did it, to make them look better so that scientists could look at them and study them better.
Yeah.
The thing is that they've covered up all the anomalies, that is the problem. Any anomaly that was in the image, they had sanitized it. That's what their job really is to do, is sanitize it for the public and make it look pretty for postcards. Make a brand, for their image. The thing is if they can sell that to the public, the taxpayers, and the Congress people, can sell it to the public, then they can get their money. They can get billions of dollars for what? I don't know. Secret space program. Exactly.
I have one question here from one of the members in the Mars Moon Space Photoshoot Club that asks, says, hi, are you not afraid of when you're going forward like that you're going to get in trouble from the NSA or the NASA or the Chinese in any way? Are you afraid of that, Brett? Do you ever think of that when you go out with pictures like this and proofs like this?
No, I'm not afraid. I've already been financially assassinated and completely discredited. They can say I'm crazy legally. They can say whatever they want, but I've been in some of these programs when I was a kid. They put me and time-opped me and put me in different programs when I was a kid. So no, I'm not afraid.
No.
I'm completely sick of it. I want the world to change. Yes. These people have been harassing me all my life. Of course I'm not afraid.
Okay. There's nothing they can do.
There's nothing more they can do except just, off me or something, but the thing is they need somebody not so credible to put this information out, because no one will believe them if they tell them. No. If they say yes, we've done all these things, no one will really even believe when they come out and say there's aliens or something. It takes all of us. It takes all of us to actually look at the information and dig into it. But yeah, there's enough reasons 101 reasons to discredit me, as far as attacking my personality or something, or who I am, or what I've been through, or something like that. But they have me on the brink of suicide at times in my life, and
I have you back online again, Brett. We just lost connection to each other here, and you were talking about how the government had been driving you almost to the edge of suicide. Brett, we are almost out of time here. We have spent about 18-19 minutes now. Do you have anything you want to add to our conversations?
Yes, I would. I stopped off, saying that the government, what they showed me when I was a child and what they've done to me had driven me to suicidal thoughts, which I thought were kind of ridiculous later, knowing that there's no death or no reason to do that or to take myself out. And I felt like I maybe had a purpose, if I'm still surviving all of this. And so no, I don't fear putting this information out. I think it's completely benign compared to the secrets that they have to share with the public. And I think they're conducting a secret space program, and I think they are completely sanitizing our images. And ironically, it's we're talking at a little bit of different time of the day, and as you notice, the sun is different coming in. It's slightly different, and this is the one of the points, on these lunar maps is for people to look at the lighting and shadow. It is very important, and this morning I had also discovered that the Change 1 map, prior to the Change 2 map, this sun is the same in that map as well. So I don't know. People can maybe figure this out. Someone on a previous posting had talked about the identical, similarities between the Clementine and Change 2 map, and they neglected to talk about the lighting and shadows. This is an impossibility. They couldn't have done the mission at a different time and have the same lighting and shadows.
That's impossible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the main point. I'm not a politician, although I'm very opinionated about all of this. I think we do all need a basic income of some kind. They need to take care of their own people instead of investing $18 billion a year in a space program.
Yes, thank you very much, Brad. And I want to say to you out there, if you want to see the pictures we're actually talking about, I'm going to leave a link in the video description to marsmoonspace.com, where the article and the videos for Brad is, and there are all the pictures that and illustrations that Brad made, and there are a nice article written by Karen Christine Patrick and Brad Colin Shepard also, and you can go read it all, and you can check out the link about the Chinese and the Chinese man who stole the laptop, and you can find the link to the Clementine map, you can find the link to the Chang'e 2 map, you can find the link to the naval laboratory, and their map, probably the same as the original Clementine map, but you can find all the stuff in there. And thank you, Brad, for talking to us here. That has been awesome. I hope we have opened up for a debate about what's going on around the world here, and I hope we will have some answer from a higher place about what's going on, and I really hope we have got started something here. So thank you very much, Brad, for being here. It's an honor.
Thank you as well. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
Until we see us again, take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.